Welcome back, Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics slash Non-Classics. This is episode number 908 and Doubleshot number 802. I got two Marvel trades. Do these trades have a connection? No, they're just two Marvel trades. Yeah, they're also the only ones I let go that I checked out from the library. Alright, first up it is X-Men, Cyclops and Phoenix, Past and Future. Yeah, these two, the stuff they're collecting here involves time travel. This collects The Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix, which is a 4-issue limited series, and the follow-up series, Further Adventures of Cyclops Phoenix, and material from Marvel, Valentine's Special #1. The first miniseries, Adventures of Cyclops Phoenix, that's written by Scott Lobdell, art by Gene Ha. The Marvel Valentine's Special story, that's written by former editor-in-chief Tom DeFalco and artwork by Kyle Holtz. I bet this guy wrote that. This guy made. The following miniseries, Further Adventures of Cyclops Phoenix, written by Peter Mulligan and artwork by John Paul Leon. Okay, now the first miniseries, even though this is kind of expanded upon another book, it's just basically... Now, the story of this one is that Cyclops Phoenix are on their honeymoon and they're going to send to the future where the world is ruled by Apocalypse. Yep. And pretty much in this particular thing, yeah, their job to do is one thing: protect Cyclops' son from Apocalypse. They do accomplish by the end of the series, and it's a well-written series, though. Is it just me? Now, I'm sure that some people who read the Battle Angel Alita series, the art style is somewhat similar to that of Battle Angel Alita. Probably also to that of some other artists, probably like Kelly Jones, but this is Gene Ha. But the only reason I make comparisons to Battle Angel Alita is because of one particular fortress that shows in the series, which is very similar drawn to that. It has a similar look to it of the city from Battle Angel Alita series. Oh yeah, and because in the future, and Apocalypse does know who Cyclops Phoenix are, they had to go by aliases in the future, which is known as Slim and Red, which apparently Cable did not know that until he was older. Yep. Now, as for the further adventures of Cyclops Phoenix, this involves these two time traveling to 19th century England. And from the point of view of the story, it's probably right after the events of the Apocalypse vs. Dracula miniseries, because Apocalypse is here and he's worked with Mr. Sinister. Now the big thing with this miniseries, this is pretty much Mr. Sinister's backstory. Yeah, basically his origin is revealed in this miniseries. Which, you're probably thinking, this character is created by Chris Claremont. Why can't Chris Claremont do this? This came out in the late 90s. Yeah. These series came out in the years of... It doesn't say in the cover. And the inside here doesn't really say. Probably in the mid-90s. And I should point out that a lot of the X-Men miniseries had this banner on X-Men book. Heck, even Deadpool had this as well. Yeah. But I really enjoyed the artwork from the Further Adventures of Cyclops Phoenix. Some people might not like this artwork, but this artwork is really good. I think this might be the same artist who did the James Robinson Starman series. It's very similar art style. But what about the Valentine's Day special? Just a quick little Valentine's Day story for Cyclops and Phoenix in the past. Yeah. But the way that Kyle Holtz draws his art, it looks so bizarre. But Kyle Holtz himself is a really good artist. Yeah. This actually is really... I love the writing for the first series by Scott Lobdell. It's really done really well. Peter Mulligan does a fantastic job with the second series. And Tom DeFalco does an okay job with the Valentine's Day special. Just stuff here just really give this book a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, in case you're wondering, of course they also have an old lady version of Rachel Gray in here. But it doesn't amount to anything, just in the main original miniseries. Should just be the second one at all. And the second one doesn't involve Cyclops Cable at all, involves Mr. Sinister. Alright, next up is Daredevil Underboss. Yeah, this is one of those trades that collect... This is just basically a second printing of the original Daredevil trades that collect Daredevil Volume 2 when it was published on the Marvel Knights. The writing here is done by Brian Michael Bendis, and the artwork is done by Alex Maleev. The story for this one is that this whole Underboss person really wants to eliminate Matt Murdock for some reason, and the Kingpin is blind. I don't remember what it was that caused him to be blind, and apparently, like Bendis writes, Kingpin here is that he doesn't want this guy to go after Matt Murdock because he's untouchable. For some reason, yes. And yeah, it's a good set of issues. This collects issues 26-31 of Daredevil Volume 2. But since it's part of a major storyline that Bendis was doing at this point, I was a little surprised a lot of got their hands on this because it's part of a major story arc. Yeah. And of course, the thing ends with to be continued. The issues in here are good, but there's not much to talk about because it's just part of a regular storyline that Bendis was doing. I kind of wish I got my hands on, like, the complete Bendis era because that actually explains this a lot better. Yeah, but I don't know why Mark got their hands on this trade. The owners like got it because it's a Daredevil trade, and I haven't reviewed it yet, unlike another trade that I ever got, which is basically Captain America New Deal, which is the second printing of the original New Deal trade. That's simply the way short of it, okay? Yeah, of course, the only reason why Marvel did release this trade is because this year is the 20th anniversary of the release of the Marvel Knights imprint, even though nothing has been done with this imprint in years. Yes, it's pretty much been discontinued, though they did briefly bring it back in, I think it was like in 2015, 2016, with a series of about 3 miniseries. There is Marvel Knights Spider-Man, Marvel Knights X-Men, and Marvel Knights Hulk. Simply put, with those miniseries, that was just basically Marvel giving these new creators a chance. It's basically kind of like new talent showcase in a way for Marvel. That's my gist of why they revived Marvel Knights. Marvel Knights, in my opinion, saved Marvel Comics. Because Daredevil was one of those comic books that was relaunched #1. It was part of the initial line of books that was launched when Marvel Knights started. It was this book, along with Inhumans, Black Panther, and the Black Widow. Yeah, I heard there was also a rumor that there was going to be a Moon Knight series, but under the Moon Knight imprint, but that never came to fruition. Yeah, when this imprint started, you had on Daredevil for the first 8 issues, you had Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada, basically the creative team of that one. For Inhumans, that was one of the other books. That was done by Paul Jenkins and Jay Lee. Though some of that series was used as inspiration for the Inhumans TV show, but for like 1 episode. Yep. Black Panther was done by Christopher Priest and Mark Texter, which I have met Mark Texter, very nice guy to meet. And in the case of the Black Widow series, the first volume was written by Devin Grace. I don't remember who did the artwork for that thing. Yeah, but there is a second printing of it. Which has the entire run of that. And of course, it was also the Marvel Knights ongoing series. Yeah, but they weren't called Marvel Knights as a series. It was simply Daredevil's unnamed superhero team, which consists of mostly everybody associated with Marvel Knights. Yeah, but nothing much else to say about this. It's good. I kind of wish I had more issues for this particular storyline. Kind of wish I had more information here, but not much to say. Just that it's really good. Also, Vanessa Fisher is in the storyline. This is, of course, several years before Ed Brubaker kills her off during his brief run in the title. Those of you curious how long did he stay in the title for? Excuse me. He was in the title for good about 3 years. And this is one of several titles he did for Marvel, along with Captain America, Secret Avengers, the first Winter Soldier series, though he did the first 14 issues of that. Yeah. The thing when it comes to Ed Brubaker, every single book he did was all really good. And he kept that trend when he moved over to Image. Which isn't quite strange, though. I'm sure a lot of people probably think about this when they have Marvel have the mass X of Rays over the years. With the exception of Brian Michael Bendis and James Robinson, all the writers who left Marvel Comics went to Image. Isn't that weird? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is for a lot of people, okay? So, that's particularly it for this particular review. I did have one video planned today, but I didn't get a chance to finish up Season 6 of Case Closed, so I expect to see a review of that tomorrow, along with the review of newest Devil episode release for Fairy Tail and Black Clover, okay? But until you see the next review, bye.